once again. This is Roots and Culture Radio right here on KWVA Eugene. Right now it's time for our garden segment with JR from Organic Roots. How you feeling, brethren?
Oh man, it's good. The weather's beautiful today, man. I was
I'm
out there
telling you.
for real. You like that kind of not too
Crisp. It's cold, but it's nice and sunny.
right. You feel when you're out there gardening, it's not too hot, it's not too cold. In the summertime you be sweating, in the wintertime be too cold. It's perfect.
Yeah.
For a gardener. And then the leaves. You see them leaves out there changing colors, looking all beautiful.
Yep, that cold, I'm sure, is going to cause a lot of change in the next couple of days.
Right.
That drop in temperatures, yep.
Man. So, today, on the garden segment, we're going to be talking about fall cleanup, pruning, trimming. What do you do with dead plants? Because in the wintertime, that's the time when plants normally go dormant. And so pretty much it's a time where you put your plants to sleep. And this material, this debris, a lot of people just go to Lane Forest and just, drop it off, and then they end up buying compost back. But this material can actually be used. And, through permaculture or through cultural or, whatever way you want to put it, it's important to be sustainable. If you've bought your property or if you have, pride in your property, these plants are dropping reusable material that you don't want to waste. A plant drops, or a tree, let's say they drop leaves, those leaves you can put them in your compost. We talked about you can put them in on your garden beds for shrubs. Let's say you're pruning some shrubs, you can take that limb and fold it up and snip it up and then throw that directly on your bed underneath. You don't need to always be output. You can leave things on your property and let them do what nature does. And we've talked about this before. When you cut up that branch and throw it on your bed, it works as a ground cover, so it protects the soil. You never want your soil to be bare. And it also helps with limiting weeds to grow through. And the leaves and the limbs will potentially break down and turn into compost. Another really good thing that you can do with those prunes is, if you have something strong and sturdy from a tree, you can use those limbs for a trellis. And so what a trellis is a structure that holds up your plants. And so it could be, your tomato plants, but it also could be a plant that might be leaning a little bit. You can put that trellis to hold it up and to strengthen things. So think twice before you go to Lane Forest. Use the material that Jah has provided. And so the tip of the day is you can get all this debris. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the hugelkultur method. So it's pretty much water harvesting. So what you can do is, with all the debris that you got from your fall harvest or from your fall cleanup, you dig a hole, let's say about 6 feet by 3 feet, or about 2 feet deep, about 6 feet long, and 3 feet wide. And what you do is you fill that area up with the debris, with the leaves, with the wood, and then you put that dirt back on, and then you add compost. So now you have a mound. And what that does is the water penetrates the soil, and then it goes into the leaves, it goes into the wood, and it stays there, and it harvests it in the soil. So that's how you harvest water in the soil. And so in a place like Oregon, when it's raining, and then we have those 2 months of dry summer, it's a perfect thing that you could do here where, if you have a nice hugelkultur bed, you harvest all the rain through the rainy season, and then in those 2 months, you really don't even have to water your garden because all that water is just in the soil and it's there. This is a way that you can be more sustainable. And really, that's one of the objectives of gardening, is just to be able to be resourceful, use the things that you have. You don't always need to go out and purchase things, buying fertilizer, buying compost. Gardening is supposed to be a sustainable practice, and it doesn't necessarily need to be completely in a closed loop, but it's important to understand that you can do these small practices and still be efficient without going and spending a lot of money. So, yeah, it's been a good day. I hope everyone, keeps the vibes cool with the reggae and enjoy the night with Toby.
That's what's up, man. Yo, JR from Organic Roots right here. Hugelculture is a trip, man. I have a brethren that's got a permaculture center down in the High Sierras in California, and they have a big one. They fell some